What's the haps? I'm Meroka and welcome to the final station! This is an upcoming title from Tiny Build, who, if you follow my critique stuff, I haven't been a big fan of some of the more recent titles from Tiny Build. I kind of felt like they'd gone down a little bit of a gimmicky route. I would say the final station very much feels like it's a return to form for them. Tiny Build, historically, in my eyes, had a reputation of publishing some really interesting titles. They always did some really cool, unique stuff. And the last couple just kind of fell a little short of the mark, putting out some kind of drab, mediocre titles with just some gimmicky marketing around them. Final Station! They've sent along this press preview thing, so it's just the first chapter of the game, of which there are apparently going to be 5 total. And yeah, I was thinking I'd like to do an early look video of it, but then I kind of figured, you know what, I actually just want to show you the game. Yeah, I'll say delete my save game because I want to start from the beginning. Of course I do. I thoroughly enjoyed it. So it was like, oh, this is classic Tiny Build. This is exactly what I want to see from Tiny Build. And I want to share this with you guys. So this is the final station. This is a pixel art thing, as so many things are these days. We are in a sort of a post-apocalyptic kind of scenario, and we are a train driver. We are going to continue driving our train through the apocalypse, because that's just what we do. It's what we know. It's what we live for, driving trains. However, there are these blockers in our way. Every so often we'll get to a blocker, and we need to know the code to get around that. It's, how do you get out? I just press E to get out of it. You'd think I'd played this before, wouldn't you? I have, but I forget the controls offhand. So we can maneuver around. It's all done in this 2D kind of thing. Everything is kind of, the levels are all fairly interestingly laid out. You kind of have to find some interesting routes around things. So to get, you'll see as we go along. Some routes is like, it looks like, you know, if this were a 3D map, you'd just be able to walk around stuff. You can't because it's all done in this 2D perspective, but it allows some interesting design. So we can read notes and interact with various things in the environment. They're highlighted white when we go near them. John, they summon me to the headquarters, something urgent. If a train arrives, I have the code. I got $69 out of your desk. You'll have it tomorrow. Money and whiskey. Whiskey's worth money. Everything you find in the game kind of has a value, and it just kind of goes into your money. You don't get to do much with money until we get to the end of a chapter, though. So carry on our merry way. We can't go through that door. Some doors you can head through to things and find things and do things, but in this instance, no. Notice on there, to build a guard, engineers, mechanics, and builders are wanted. We'll find a little bit more about what on earth guard is a little later, but for now we don't know a lot. You are required to have 10 plus years experience. Accommodation in the lower sector of Metropole, meals, double pension are provided. That does not apply to settlers' families. Oh, that's a shadowy looking fellow. He doesn't look terribly pleased to... Well, he hasn't seen me. I was going to say he doesn't look pleased to see me, but he hasn't seen me. He probably wouldn't be pleased to see me given all the corpses around. So yeah, list of current routes: Alan Adams, BRT 2528, Edward Jones, Bellis 07, I think was the name of our train, was it not? I think we must be Edward Jones. I think our character is introduced with a name at some point. I can't remember whether that actually matches up with this particular train route and the train name. I guess we're Edward Jones. I wonder if we get to meet the other characters at other stages, actually. We can run into the driver for VC257 and meet Charlie Checkers. That'd be kind of cool. So there's the gun, and this unfortunate chap was the one who didn't use it very effectively against the chap that's downstairs. Oh, hi. Good lord, are you a rescuer? I am. Okay, I understood. We're a silent protagonist. Okay, I'm waiting for you there. We presumably told her, go to the train, because she'll be waiting for us back at the train. So as we go along through these, what's basically a zombie apocalypse, we're going to be finding some survivors, and we can try and rescue them, and we can bring them along on our train ride, and try and keep them intact. I'm going to try and preserve bullets, because zombies can be killed with a melee attack. And as I found out first time around playing the game, you really need to conserve ammo more than I did. That little guy, no, he don't need to conserve, ouch. Whoop. I don't need to conserve ammo against him too much. So yeah, the little guys charge at you really fast and you just want to shoot them in the face. Alternatively, you can pick up objects, and I squandered a few first time around, but the little fast zombies, in fact almost any zombie in the game can be killed in one shot by throwing an environmental object at them. So that's probably a pretty good way to do that. Okay, so the little one is coming at me. I can grab that. Another guy coming. We can kill him with that. Can probably use some melees. I want to try and take these guys out. Yeah, there we go. So what's he got? He had the 69. Oh, that's the guy who took the guy's money. Right, he took John's money. And Upper House of Metropole to Richard Rogers, head of Warwick Station, confirmation of blockers code 3544. That gets written down there. I didn't realise that the first time. I completely overlooked that, so I had to come back and check the note because I forgot what the friggin' note was first time around, like a complete derp. But no, it's written down there. You do make a note of it. You can take a peek down ladders. If I have a look, I can see... Oh, look, there's... Well, there's 3 zombies down there, and not a lot to interact with, I don't think. I can grab that. I can try and punch some of these guys. Do I want to punch them? I don't know. Yeah, okay, that worked. Whew. Alright, yeah, there is a way down. Okay. That leads to even more zombies. There's a thing there, though. I might have to go through the zombies. I don't know. I'm going to hang on to my ammo. I should probably reload my gun. My gun's a little empty right now. There's a little more ammo. That also leads to zombies, so I don't think there's anything down there of value, actually. So I might not bother with that. And that's just going to run me into a fight. There was nothing at the other end, was there? We checked, but I just want to double check. There's nothing there. I can't see anything to see. It would be highlighted white if there was something to interact with. If you could kind of hover over it, I think, and see how that works, right? Oh, another survivor. Hi there. Freeze! First, tell me, who are you? Train driver. Train? Okay, I'll go wait for you there. Okay, and back up and out. So, the first station was not terribly arduous. I took a hit, but it's nothing a medkit can't fix from time to time. So, 3544. We'll unlock the blocker. And onwards! Our train can carry on its merry way. We can do some train driving. Woo! Whoop whoop! There we go. I don't think that... I mean... Surely the train has to be on the tracks. I don't get the logistics of what happens in that particular animation. I was like, you just kind of have to let that one go, I think. So we have a train, and we have some passengers. And they're going to converse as they go along. They have needs. They have health and hunger. If their hunger gets too low, a little warning icon will appear above them, and then their health's going to start ticking down as well. You can fix that up with a med kit, but you'd be better off fixing them off with food by collecting foods as you go along. So they're gonna start talking about the events of the world. We're gonna learn a little bit, maybe. But we do need to maintain our train as well. Our train, if we have a look over here, it has a voltage. We have 100 volts and 95 available to us. So we need to tinker with some systems in order to make things run a little more smoothly. We need to maintain this to bring it down to 20 volts. If the vents are out of alignment, that uses too much voltage. And we have this system at the back, which just needs venting every so often. The deprecation system, whatever the heck that means. And yeah, you pull the switch and it just sets it back to plus 0 volts. And then you can carry on your merry way a little bit. And we can also use that to... We can keep an eye on our systems there, but we can also have a look at other operators. So... Does that mention us? Was this our name? I don't know. We can see our route. We're heading towards this. I have very little reference because there's no names on this. We've got what to do in various events. One train driver's death, relatives receive death benefits, but driver's body would remain in government ownership. Oh, good. Emergency Class X, in case of unforeseen situation which is not listed in Railroad Code, the train driver should take his own responsible decisions. I think this is a Class X situation. We should probably take care of that, because holy crap, they're out of whack. I don't know. I actually don't know what happens when that hits. When that, you know, I really don't know what happens when you go over 100. I suspect not good things. Okay. Keeping a weapon is punishable by life imprisonment. Some of the dialogue could use some tightening up, but I find that seems to be the case with a lot of Tiny Build stuff. They get a lot of content from sort of non-native English-speaking developers, and I think Tiny Build tend to be the guys who do a lot of the proper localization for a lot of stuff, so I think a lot of this stuff would be tightened up a bit by the time the game actually launches, which is, I think, supposed to be some point later this summer they're aiming for. There is the thing up there, which I think just means we've arrived, but there's conversation to listen to. But the thing is, you've got to weigh up a little bit. There's a lot to weigh up. There's a lot of decisions and resource management in this. I can stop the train, get off at the next station because we're here, or I can just hang around a bit longer and listen to the people talk and get some story. And it's like, well, the longer I'm waiting, the hungrier they get, and the more resources I'm burning through. I only have 1 food left. I'm going to have to find some more food in this town, hopefully. Because obviously, look, there's another blocker. I need another blocker code. So their hunger's going down the whole time that... oh good, zombies. Yeah, their hunger's going down the whole time that I'm listening to them waffle instead of going on a mission. While they're here, I'm pretty certain their needs don't change. But, yeah, while you're on the train, their needs are deteriorating and they need replenishing with resources. But they're giving you some stories as well, so... Ooh, I'm going to take a chair. Because that's a fast guy. Boop. Chair in the face. I'm going to take that chair. Oh, that's locked. Up here there is... No? Damn it! Broke the chair. If you try to interact with things while you're holding things, you just throw them and break them. A lot of environmental destruction is kind of fun as well. You can just smash windows out just 'cause you can. If you start firing off weapons, shotguns and things near shelves and stuff, things will fly off the shelves. Uh oh. Yeah, that's why I needed that chair. God damn. Oh, there were boxes as well. Dang it all. Waste of ammunition. Actually, to be fair, I actually got a good amount of ammunition, but I still want to save it for later. I've seen firsthand what this game's... I've seen what this game's like, so... yeah. You can get a headshot on a zombie if you do have... Obviously, we've got this crosshair there, so if if you aim up, you can get a headshot on a zombie and kill him in 1 shot, which is kind of nice. His aim doesn't seem to be too great at range, though, so... You gotta watch out for that as well. If you're a little further away, you're not guaranteed to get a headshot. Even if you're aiming pretty well. Boop. Have a box. And you there. Boop. Have a box. You can just get punched. I'm punching all the things off the shelves as well, apparently. Punch. Punch. Get wrecked, shop. For whatever reason. Ammo and pencils. Pencils worth $4. Hooray. Ooh, can read people's chat messages. Think it's a good idea? Everything will be okay. I just never... My parents will leave tomorrow. What if they suddenly come back? Wait a second, boss is calling me. Ooh, someone is arranging an illicit rendezvous. We can... Now, there's a guy down there, and I think I want to try and get him with the chair if I can. Or... Oh, yeah, there's that. Yeah, that physics object works as well, actually. That's pretty cool. You can just push the box off the edge and land it on the zombie's head. There's... That's what I want to throw a chair at, yes. And you... Ow! Got me. Jeez. I thought I'd gotten pretty good at getting the melee hits in. I may need a medkit at some point, but I'm picking up some medkits, it's okay. There's nothing... Well... It's not procedurally generated. It feels like it's the sort of game that could be procedurally generated, but this is all the same content I've seen before, so it's evidently not procedurally generated. So if you knew what was coming up... And I kind of should have known what was coming up. I've got no way to fight this guy easily, do I? I just gotta fight him. Ouch. Yeah. I should have known what was coming up, and I could have prepared, and I could have taken things with me. That chair or whatever box I had out there, that would have been a great one to bring in there and do that, throw it there, but... I done goofed. I'm just concerned as to what I'm going to find. Something I did find later on in the game that I hadn't picked up on about by this point last time is some of these walls can be destroyed. Yeah, this guy... I don't think I got this guy last time, actually. Don't shoot! I'm not one of them! No, I haven't seen anyone. Okay, I'm waiting for you on the train. I don't think I got that guy before. No, because that was a secret wall that I just didn't pick on was a secret wall last time around. Right, later on in the game kind of forces you to learn about secret walls, but I don't think I got him last time. So there are secrets, which is kind of neat. At the same time, I'm kind of also wondering where the heck do I actually go from here? I feel like I've seen all the things. I haven't got the code yet. So we can open that to go back up here. Oh, I got a key though. I picked up a key from somewhere. That is... Oh yeah, you can get the key and come back round the long way. I guess the game would like you to figure it out at that point, but you don't have to figure it out at that point. So, I was just a derp, I guess. And this is the door that's locked. Right. So that's the memo there. Upper House of Metropole to John Brillian, head of Midford Station. Confirmation of blockers code 4216. And he has some ammunition and some clothing, which was worth some money to me. Oh, 41 rounds. I maybe should think about healing up with a medkit. Anyway, 4216 it is. 4216. And we're on our way to the next station. Did I get any food that time? I didn't get any food from that town. I don't think there is any food in that town, unfortunately. Because I've now got 3 survivors on board. Yeah, I definitely didn't have 3 survivors last time. It's gonna be tricky to manage the resources. Or no, actually, yeah, he's bleeding out, so he's got a wound and he's bleeding, so his health's going to go down over time anyway, which is unfortunate. I think I did see that mechanic, because there is another guy you pick up later who's wounded, but yeah, previously I just had the conversation between those two. This guy didn't really talk much. Yeah, so they're going to talk about, well, about me. Oh, vents. Oh, I see. They are short on oxygen if I don't manage the vents. That's what happens if you don't do that. Woo! Okay, now we know. Everybody suddenly stops being able to breathe so easily. Right, don't want to do that. So I would like it if they could move some of this interface so that you could definitely read these things a lot better. I think he needs a med kit before we reach the end of this journey. She needs food. Grab that. So they're going to tell us about the council, who are our maybe benevolent overlords. They're certainly in charge of running things around here. He needs a med kit. He's going to die if I don't. And you do get bonus. Oh yeah, look at that. Jeez. You do get bonus rewards. That wound will come back as well, by the way. So that doesn't stop him bleeding out. See, there it goes. It's back. The wound's still, ticking away. So I'm gonna need to keep him supplied with a supply of med kits throughout all this. So that's just another thing another resource to manage. But if you can keep everyone alive to the end of it, if you can, I guess you've got a maximum of 6 passengers. There are 6 seats in this thing. Oh, he actually talks now. Like, damn, are you okay? Yeah, one of these creatures. Oh, Vents needs my attention. There's a thing above it. Yeah. If you can keep everyone alive, there are a whole bunch of extra rewards you get at the end of each town. Each major checkpoint, each chapter, I suppose, you'll get bonus rewards depending on how many people you kept alive. And the rewards will differ depending on people. Rhonda here is unemployed, so I'm just going to stop so they stop ticking down on me. Rhonda is unemployed, so she doesn't have much money to give you as a reward for getting her to the destination safely. So you don't get much money from her. Other people who have jobs will pay a little bit more. People who have weapons, you might get some ammunition from, and that's going to be useful going forward. So you kind of, in a weird, almost morbid kind of way, you need to weigh up which people you're keeping alive as well. Of all the people on my train, Rhonda's maybe the least useful to me. There were zombies in there. Of course there were zombies in there. Why wouldn't there be zombies in there? So maybe she's least deserving of resources in that regard, because in terms of me making it to the end of my journey, my keeping her alive gives me the least resources in the long run. So giving a med kit to somebody else or food to somebody else is probably more important to me. And then this kind of also interacts in a kind of a dark kind of way. I pick up a toilet and throw it down, because why not? With the fact that she's probably one of the nicest characters on the train. Everybody else, some of the other characters that probably have better resources for you, are kind of an asshole. And maybe you don't want to keep them alive. Maybe there are people you'd prefer to keep alive. But I feel like I've missed something. I don't think I have, but I feel like I have. But at the same time, maybe your resources would be better spent keeping them alive, because they're going to be better for you. So there's these very, very dark sort of choices you have to make. I think that's very cool. See, I got a problem. I think what I should have done is come around here and broken the window and then gone back and gotten the chair. Okay, there were no zombies in there anyway. That's okay. There will be some. Behind this door, probably. Okay, yes. My attitude to fighting zombies does mean in this instance, probably means I use more medkits than I should. At least I've got some food. It can keep people topped up a little bit longer. Through there. Oh, little guy. Nope. You need shooting. I'm actually pretty good on ammunition, so it's not too bad. Dear Martha, the room I rented turned out smaller than I expected. There's literally nothing but a table and a sofa. Maybe I'll be able to spend the night in the office. P.S. My neighbour has a giant window in the bathroom and everyone can see him taking a shower. WTF. Is that out this window? Or I was kind of like, is this some weird joke about the layout of the level? Because there's a bathroom up here, and I don't know, if you looked out that window, could you see that? I don't think you could see that, but whatever. It'd be funny if they kind of played on like the idea of just being able to see people by a line of sight through the game. I don't know. Just a quirky idea. That has whiskey and ammunition. That corpse has little of interest. There's... oh, these guys. Hi. Yeah. Those guys need shooting in the head. At first I thought they were like robots. They look like robots. They genuinely look like robots. Sweet, a spoon. A $3 spoon. They are not robots. They are just armored zombies, I guess. And... oh, little guy. Yeah, they're just armored zombies, and you need to punch them once to take their helmet off, and then shoot them in the head. Because punching them, as far as I can make out, punching them any further doesn't work, and if you shoot them before you take their armor off, that doesn't work either. Oh, I probably skipped over this at the start because I didn't even look at the blocker thing. The blocker thing's not working on this level. I do need to collect a battery and bring that back as well. So, there's that. Oh god, that guy bit me. Oh god, that guy bit me again. Oh, jeez, that guy bit me too many times. That's what happens when you don't reload your gun. Yeah, let's go back to here. Fortunately, there's a nice checkpoint here. There are checkpoints in the levels, mercifully, for idiots like me. So let's reload that gun, then let's punch these zombies, then kill the zombies. Cool, and now my gun's loaded. Idiot! Who doesn't reload a gun during a zombie apocalypse? What the hell, man? Right. So the battery, unfortunately, cannot be thrown as a projectile, which is a shame. Damn shame, but hey. So be it. The armored zombies are a little slower, but that's okay. That gives me time to punch their arm off, and then shoot him in the head. Cool, nice. That was useful use of ammunition. That was efficient use of ammunition. That's effective. That's how things should be done in the zombie apocalypse. I have a box. The box might be used to throw at something. Oh, we've got a writer down there. Howdy. Good lord. Who are you? What? Oh god. Okay. He's a writer. He's been writing a lot of things.